Hey it's Babya, and welcome back to Twin Bell Town. You'll see that I am standing, or rather, floating, next to the private oasis space that we've been working on in the last few episodes here, and I am just so proud of how this whole area has come together now. And we're finally almost done with this area out in the desert. I know we've gone a little bit past the line of sight from the town hall, but this area just really feels like it needs to be completed thoroughly as well. And that's, the whole point of this series is just whatever strikes inspiration, that's what we go off of. So I've definitely gotten carried away in hopefully the best of ways. Working on a few more houses here in between camera shots here. I added a couple more houses in. Some of them are still empty, and some of them some people have already moved in. There's lots of life I'm noticing throughout. Bunnies and villagers alike are starting to really just enjoy what Twin Bell Town has to offer. And I think today is a great day for us to check in with Mayor Bunny before we start work on some progress, finishing this side of the desert oasis. So let's jump into it. Well, I know it's been a while since we checked in with Mayor Bunny last time. Hopefully he's pleased with all the progress going on around here. But let's see if he's willing to actually meet with us. Oh, well, hello there. Just Gerald. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm sorry, are you waiting to see Mayor Bunny as well? Yeah, it looks like he's got the door closed. Mayor Bunny? Mayor Bunny? Hello? You've been waiting a long time? Getting a little bored? Getting anything? Oh, we're gonna leave Just Jared alone. I think he's fine in here. Okay. We know how to see Mayor Bunny here. We'll get his attention, Hello? Hello? Just sneak in the side here. Oh. Whoa, he's got some guards here. Okay, don't mind me. Yeah, no, I'm supposed to be here. Mayor Bunny wanted me to come by. He says, yeah, go ahead, use the... You don't care, do you? Right? We're cool. Thank you. Alright. Mayor Bunny, I'm sorry, this is rather important that I meet with you. It has been some time, I know. But lots of big changes have gone around in town, and I just, we got villagers coming in to see you now. I see them moving in throughout town, and I just wanted to share some progress with you. Yes, the desert oasis has all been built up. We got custom trees planted in there. Yeah, we even have parrots, and wildlife has moved into the area, and some fish. And yes, yeah. Oh, you want to see your house? Well, I haven't done... Oh, you mean the oasis house? Well, I did build one, that I did mark not for sale. Nobody's moved in there yet. Do you want to go check it out and maybe customize it for yourself? Oh, I'd be glad to. Come on, let's go over there and check it out. Welcome to your private getaway house. Get away from it all. Get away from the responsibilities house, Mayor Bunny. This is your oasis getaway. Your first impressions? Dilapidated? Well, I mean, sure, there's a couple little spots of wear and tear, but, well, Mayor Bunny, this is the desert, okay? There's sand and harsh elements out here all the time. Okay, all right. Well, that's why I brought you over here. We're here to spruce it up. We're here to add on the little features that your little bunny heart desires, and make this place the perfect getaway for you. Plus, this is just your front door here. The good part is on the backside here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look on the other side and see what you think. If it's maybe a little more to your liking on that side. Come on. Now take a look at now. Does this say paradise or what? Okay. Not only do you have access to the entire oasis back here with all the wildlife and features, okay, but look, you got your own little pool. You got your own little yep, I made it smaller to fit you. It's customized, yeah. I'll fix that later. So you've got your own little tiny pool here, just the right size for you to take a dip and come out and relax, okay? Is this starting to look a little bit more your style? I thought so. Now come on along. Let's go inside. Let's see what you need for your getaway house to make it feel like your own. Make it feel like this, only on the inside. Let's do it. Well, Mayor Bunny, what do you think? You like it? Oh, you're jumping for joy. I am so glad that you like it. Definitely a little bit of trial and error in this one for sure. It was actually a little hard to get this space into something that I liked. You know, and at first we had the furnace in for you, but, you know, that's no good. You want the carrots. So, carrots you've got. You got your own little personal garden here. You know, your sink for washing your vegetables, and a little place to sit and see the oasis and eat your snacks. And, of course, upstairs we have your very, very fancy looking little bed here. Nice and royal blue. Again, with a nice little peek outside at your little oasis. Yeah, and then this big feature wall, which I think is quite cool, showing off the rest of the desert behind. I think the whole thing turned out pretty cool. I'm so glad that you like it. Now, I did do more work outside in the rest of the town, if you want to see that. You know, we can go check out the rest of it, you know, this way. Mayor Bunny? This way. Come on. I see I built some more stuff over here. We got some more houses. Mayor Bunny? Okay, I think he just wants to spend some time in his new house. Can you blame him? It looks gorgeous. Look at that. Cleaned up some of the stuff that was, you know, getting a little weathered. Made it look brand spanking new. And, yeah, I think this place came out pretty good. I changed the front area a little bit as well. Instead of just dealing with the interior, I also decided to extend the exterior a little bit more. Give you an actual little, I don't know, proper entrance. Looks a little more, I don't know, looks a little more grand. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. So we'll leave Mayor Bunny in there to enjoy himself, and let's take a second to fly around and see what else has changed since the last time we really looked at town. Starting with, I think we last were here, and we had a few of Mayor Bunny's relatives. Yeah, right there. Hello. Yeah. I started to work on their home here. Gotta creep in here. I'm not quite bunny sized here. Yeah, so we started some work on this, but there's no interior yet. that's something I think we can work on together later. Oh, more relatives have come to visit. I did get a little garden outside here for them started. Of course, some carrots, pretty necessary, but yeah. I think that's turning out pretty good. It's a little bit shorter than the other sized houses, because again, bunnies don't really need the height there. And in fact, we've had so many of Mayor Bunny's family come to visit that built him a second house over this way. And now this one I did get the interior done on. You'll see that this also has the slightly tight entrance. Excuse me. Just squeeze. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a little cramped, but oh, yeah, see, you're having fun in the water here. Got the golden carrot motif wallpaper going on, just like at Mayor Bunny's house. Not quite as grand as that one, but yeah, we've even got a little den for a bed, quite fitting and comfortable for a bunny. And similarly, a very low profile little place to sit and eat and look over the garden. Yeah, I think this came out quite cute. This one here, similarly, only this one does have an interior. Oh, and we've got a villager. A brand new villager. You haven't even been named yet, Gerald. Oh, welcome to Twin Bell Town. This one does have a small interior here. It's kind of a nice little space. A little bit of a cactus thing going on in this area here. And then over here, now this one's a little bit different than any of the ones that I've built out this way. It kind of doubles as a shop. But it's more like this guy's personal hobby, and he's, maybe set up a little shop outside. He's a Fletcher. You can see that we have a little archery range in the back. We'll go there in a second. The house itself, this one does have an interior, 2 floors, again, another area to work on creating some arrows and bows, and a little loft bedroom up top here. Nice and simple, cute little views to kind of peek around. Feels nice and like the breeze can just sort of flow through these buildings. I like that, being out in the desert where it's surely hot. I like the fact that, it feels like everything can really just open up and let the breeze through. And around back here, we have an area where they are growing the things that they turn into the sticks to build the arrows and the bows. They dry them out here, stick them up here, and turn them into sticks. And then, of course, you need the feathers to make the arrows, so you've got a little chicken coop back here. And test out the product, make sure everything is working okay. You got a little archery range here. Yeah, I do not have target blocks because this is on an older version of Minecraft. That's actually, I think, 1.15. Obviously, we're well past that now, but when we started Twin Bell Town, that was the current version. So, yeah, I'm feeling the need for us to upgrade for sure. But I think it's going to be a perfect opportunity to start another world. Hopefully we really get finished with this one in time for the new Caves and Cliffs update once that one's released. I'm hoping we'll be starting on a new Seed World challenge, getting that one, just jumping into a random world, seeing what we get, and coming up with something completely different. And I thought I'd be completely sick of working on deserts. And sure, I've gone through moments where I've definitely felt like, it's pretty beige out here. But I don't know. It's been fun. I really enjoy the challenge of incorporating some color and life into it while still feeling like it's a desert. Compared to what we see out off in the distance. This definitely has a feeling of much more life with little patches of grass and little trees. I've even marked out a couple places where I feel like we need a couple more custom palms, just kind of dotted a little bit throughout. And I have started work on another house over this way. Again, still just an empty shell. Nothing inside just yet. And I think we have one more plot to build up. Yes. Oh, and apparently we have somebody stopped by. Another new villager. See, now I told Mayor Bunny there are tons of new villagers who are starting to move into town, which is amazing. We haven't even built this house, and he is just checking out. He's ready to move in. Well, Mr. Gerald, I will be glad to provide you with a proper living space momentarily. In fact, I think that is definitely what we need to work on now. After a little bit of a sleep, let's start finishing up some of these buildings together. Let's get the ones that were started decorated, and let's get this part of the desert town finally finished. Seeing as this Gerald has already claimed out this plot, I'd say it's time we get this final building structure in place, following a similar style to what we've been doing so far, which has been creating this column on the outside and creating an archway over the top. Getting it to about this tall. None of the buildings here are all that tall. Yeah, I think that's right, because I think I put the door at about this height. Plop in your door. There you go. You're free! There we go. Yeah, so we'll just put up the walls here. Typically when I build these, I've been just sort of putting out the general shape first, and then going back in and sort of adding some more details to it, like swapping out some of the blocks so it's not all the same, materials every time. Some variation in between them. I think that's probably a fine height. This house can definitely be a smaller one. Does not need to be anything too spectacular. We have so many amazing builds in this area already. We just sort of want to get another little house tucked in here. There's room for plenty of villagers to be joining our town. Keep that mayor bunny happy. I'm just going to stick a roof on here. Nothing fancy here. Alright, we are going to, I think, have a fireplace on this one. I think we need some smoke. I'm looking to add some of that movement in. Yeah, and I think probably right somewhere over on this side. Boop. Sounds good to me. Alright, so big decision time. Now we've got to place in our windows, decide if our floor is going to come down a level. I think we have plenty of height here in the ceiling that we can stick our floor right in here. And we're going to do this kind. Give us that bottom of the sandstone look. Looks nice for these desert homes, just like that. And don't want to forget that that's where we're going to put our fireplace in this one. And maybe we'll do like a little more of a proper chimney on it. Just grab ourselves, there we go, this one. We'll do a furnace. Maybe a double one. And we'll do a cobble wall up at the top. Like this, perhaps? And then I think we're going to kind of maybe cover that up a little bit. You'll see what I mean in a second. It's just easier if I search for it here, like so. Okay. You can kind of see that it leads out. And then we're going to be sticking our campfire at the top on this one. Up this way. Do we want it all the way open? I don't know. This is where the trial and error comes in. So much time is spent building and then tearing it down and rebuilding. I can't tell you how many times that's happened so far. But there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just don't know what's going to look good until you put it into place. And sometimes it looks better than you thought it would, and sometimes it just does not work. Everyone experiences that when building in Minecraft, but that's honestly some of the most fun parts. Yeah, you know what? I think nice and simple looks good here. Alright, I think I want to add a little bit of variation here. So it doesn't look all the same around. Okay, and I think we're time to add some windows in. Like so. So, and so. And maybe one more around the front. Apparently that Gerald that wanted to move in here has found greener pastures over at this building here, so yeah, you comfortable? Perfect. Oh, yeah, no, you're fine there. Yeah, I'm not kicking you out. Do you like it? You can have it. It can be your house. That's no problem. I mean, I'm building this one here. You know what? Pick whichever one you like, I don't know what that means. You can't live in the forest there. No. Okay, he's gone. Oh well. He'll be back. This is where the beds are. No beds in the jungle. Okay, now it's time to make some decisions on how we're going to arrange this space. It's pretty small. Don't know if we can easily section off a bedroom here, but we can potentially do so with some trapdoors to create a little bit of separation. I feel like this area should definitely remain, you know, kitchen and cooking. I think the bed over on this side is probably the best use of the space. So we'll tuck a bed in right there. And I think we will use some trapdoors here to create a semi-barrier like this. Just to add a little bit of privacy between the two spaces. Well, let's try bringing that up higher. Okay. You know, it's not much yet, but there we go. And we just start to add a little bit of detail. And it will start to come to life very quickly. Like that. Oh, see, it's already 10 times better. And then add ourselves a little lantern. If I can spell, then we can add a lantern to this area here. Oh, look at that. Cozy! Right? I mean, yeah, you're going right into your bedroom, but... Well, speaking of bedroom, it's getting a little dark out there. Better sleep real quick. Much better. Now, one thing that really helps in these tiny spaces is breaking up the height, either within the flooring or within the ceiling, making some areas lower and higher. In fact, I think if we were to do something like this, drop that down just a tiny bit, it just sort of helps to, I don't know, it adds a little bit of life and makes the space feel a little more realistic. Now I think we're going to do similarly right here, but with enough space to place maybe a lantern up here, and probably another flower. Or other little plant up here. Maybe I'll do a little sapling, sure. Like that. Just so you can see a little tuck of color up in the corner there. Yeah, that looks nice. And then let's just add in, you know, I think we're going to change the base of this to, there we go. That feels nice. Add in some of the other necessities. I think I have us add a little bit of a cauldron with some water. By the window will look nice. And then just some casual seating here. This is definitely a house for one, so I don't think we need something too big. We'll go for a kind of traditional look and maybe top it off with some carpeting and a nice neutral gray like that. Perfect. That feels like a nice complete little space. Very homey. You've got sort of your practical necessities taken care of. You got your bed. What more could you ask for, except for maybe a slightly improved exterior? We'll just finish it off with a little bone meal in the area to make sure that the grass is grown up nicely everywhere else. Oh, I know, I could just grab this. Come on, give me a short one. Great. A short... I should have just... There we go. I should have just grabbed short to begin with. And that's fine with me. Except for the red flowers. Excellent. That is looking like a much more complete little house. And it only took us a few minutes to put it together. Ready for the next person to move in. Assuming that, that Gerald I hear still wants this one. Yeah, okay. You're welcome to town. Welcome to town. Now, we have a few more buildings throughout town that are empty. This one, and I believe 2 more others out this way, still need some interior decorating going on, but that's going to finish this section of town. I think it's finally got enough detail in once we get the interiors done, and we add just a few more custom little palm trees. I say that this actual desert village part of our village can be considered complete. But to get there, I think it's time we do one more fast time lapse of us decorating those interiors. Let's do it. the interiors are complete. Nothing terribly special, I would say, but just enough details to make these little builds come to life. I added some lanterns and a few more palm trees throughout the area as well, including the little one. The little ones are my favorite, honestly. And another tall one out in the distance. And the interiors were finished on this house and the one over there as well. Just a comfortable living space, no specific professions in these places here. Just something to entice villagers, because we need people to, not only live out here, but work in town, We need something, we need a place for them to live here and move in to the shops that we built, it seems like forever ago, in town. We've got the clothing shop over here. We've got the trinket shop, and we need to start seeing some villagers move in. Well, hello, shop lady. Jerry, nice to meet you. Oh, I see you're our new trinket lady, huh? Well, welcome to Twinbell Town. Oh, I wonder if anybody else has moved in. Let's see. Clothing store? Oh, we have bunnies. Hello. You look busy. Well, you are very, very stuck. I don't think I can get you out of there without some serious rehab here, so I'll leave you be for now. Oh, look! Another villager we have. Fashionista Geralita. Oh, very fancy, I must say. Is that rat, we're not gonna worry about that. No, you can stay right where you are. Well, look at that. So I guess our house building there has really enticed some villagers to come and live and work in Twinbell Town. That's a very exciting, and finally, this area over here feels like it matches town, and it feels like a complete space. Like it feels like it blends nicely off into the distance. You can see these areas here. I've cleaned up a little bit, the water edges and stuff like that, the river and the banks. Not too much details at all, because that's really not going to be seen. But yeah, this whole area over here really just finally feels like a complete desert village. Like you'd really expect to see a desert village, at least, in my opinion, and in this, iteration of it. But yeah, I think it's come out really, really good. So that begs the question of, what do we do next in Twinbell Town? We've really tackled a whole lot on this side. We've done some work across the way over into the forest, but there is a big blank area behind me there that it desperately needs some attention. Previously, I've sort of talked about, what should go over on this side of town. Now, our rule has always been, this is kind of our center point. If it can be seen from Twinbell Town, it should be worked on, at least in some way. And for now, there's really not... there's so much of that you can see. You can even see some of the savannah out in the background and some big mountains there. We could do some domes to kind of cover that up, but that's a lot of custom terraforming. And I do have a path leading over from this traditional forest side that does creep over into the desert. And one idea I had, which I think would be pretty cool over here, is keep it mostly desert, clean it up a little bit, like we did out on that side, but I think we should create a little bit of a desert temple. Just something sort of special that you kind of have to really trek to get over to. Sort of like a landmark in this area, maybe some ancient ruin kind of feeling to it. Not like your traditional automatically generated temples that are made in Minecraft, but something unique to Twinbell Town, and something that would look cool when you are at Mayor Bunny's house, which is, if you remember, going to be in this spot here. So somewhere over there, a cool ruined temple kind of area, maybe a little bit more forest out this way. I don't know if I really want to see the savannah out there. I think I'd rather see more, regular trees kind of covering that up. But I think that could be a pretty cool next project for across the riverbank there. And that puts us in a pretty good space then to almost call this town complete. once we finish this area across the riverbank here, it'll be time to add in Mayor Bunny's actual house. Thankfully, he's no longer stuck to just living in the town hall. He can spend some time in the oasis, but we need to build him a proper home here. And I've said that's going to be the last thing that we work on, so we're not going to get to that just yet. But next time, hope you'll join me for us to work on some ruins across the way. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.